Yeah, g'day YouTubers, Tinker O'Toole again here with another video. Today we're going to talk about breaking the chain and joining the chain using master links and the problems that you can run into. So first of all, I'm going to break this chain, not that there's anything wrong with it, but I'm going to sort of show you the rivets on here are okay, but I've sort of come up with a different spinning anvil. So we're going to try that out. So what we'll do, now when you do break a chain, you got to make sure that you get the pin right in the middle of the rivet and then just bring it down and it can break like that. Okay, so that's broken. One of the biggest problems that you come across in spinning a rivet is that it flares out way too much. So that's the spinner there. It flares out way too much and you end up with little surface cracks around the edges. And this is also because the rivets are too long in length. So if we go over here, we've got an assortment of there's still presets over there. Then there's more bags of still presets over there. And there's all presets from different manufacturers. Here are these little things here, the anvils that go in the spinner. And I've been experimenting with these. These are, if you use an 8mm Unbreako key, that's what this is. These are Unbreako keys. You can actually see, if we zoom in there, this one here, you'll see it says 8mm. You can see the different shapes that I've put on them. This one is for 1/4 inch picot, very small slot. So these are for the 3/8. This is the smaller type stuff. And over here, this is what you call an A. These are larger slots. And I've reduced the slot a little bit on this so that and I get all different results. These work quite good compared to the originals. So what we're going to do is put a master link in, which is, here's a master link there. That's what it looks like, a preset. And there's a little tie strap. So we're going to do that and we'll spin and we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so we just, the chain that we broke, I just put the master link in there and we're going to spin that. We'll just put a bit of oil, we'll zoom in there. I don't know whether you'd be able, oh yeah, you'd be able to see a little bit inside there. Now, a little bit of oil on there. Now, two things why rivets can split at the edges. One of the reasons is the preset length is a little bit too long. Typically, you only need about 1.2mm of the shaft of the preset sticking above the tie strap. If it's longer, around 1.5, 1.6, it's going to flare over too much of a mushroom and get little side cracks on it. So I've made a new anvil. I haven't tried it out. This is the first time. So if it works okay, then I'll show you what it looks like. Now, when you do the presets, you've got plenty of oil on there and you need to keep this spinning and rotating. So I'll zoom back out so you can see, and you need to apply a bit of pressure. So initially, I'm just going to flare, a little bit of a flare like that, and I'll put it onto the other side of the link so that it doesn't pop off. And then I'm slowly increasing the pressure here. Now, I'm paying attention to how much I'm squeezing the rivet. And I just need to do a little bit on this side, a little bit more. Keep the speed up and slowly wind the handle. But you've got to be careful that you don't do it too much. And I stop and just move Little bit of play on that side. This side needs a little bit more. I'd rather sort of stop and start a few times. That just needs a little bit more. Just a little bit more on both. There's probably a little bit too much on that. It's got to be a little bit careful sometimes. Just a little bit more on that. Now we'll see what that looks like. That's actually a beautiful, I'll just get a rag. I just want to clean the rivet up a little bit. Right, just about there. Now, you actually have a look. See whether we can see that really good. That came out pretty good. About the same size as the other ones. But you'll notice there's a little bit of a dome on them. They're slightly a little bit higher than the other rivets, but I'll tell you what, that dome that's on there, that rivet is perfect. That's a beautiful rivet. That'll never let go. I'm really happy with that. Now, what did I do? We'll get this out. Just get the oil off it. I wasn't really happy with a lot of the rivets, the presets I've been using. They've been splitting at the edges. The steel ones are pretty good, but some of the other brands aren't. Now, hopefully you can see this. That's what it looks like, hemispherical. So that's for the larger rivet, the 3/8. And the other side here is for the 3/8 low profile. So, yeah, I've got a dual one. Most of them, or all of them that you buy, well, I'll grab one. That's typically what you get. So you can see Unbreako, it's an Unbreako key. That's what they look like. What I dislike about them is that this part here, this little edge, seems to rub up against the chain, the tie strap, and I think it's supposed to be that's where you stop, when it rubs up against it. But when you have a look how wide, put that up against there, when you look how wide that is, it's much wider. And that's why I experimented with a few of them. And we'll just bring these over here. These ones here I got, you'll see, I got different profiles. And they all give slightly different hemispherical or convex profiles. But those rivets that I was using were sort of a little bit more prone to splitting around the edge. And that's what I really disliked about it. And I've come up with this one that's hemispherical. Now, you can experiment. Now, roughly that's about oh, look, if I just get the vernier, I'll check. I think it's about 1.2 millimeters in depth. We'll just check that. Yeah, look, it's only about 0.73, but I can't get right in the middle because it's not flat. So, it's, look, it's about 1 millimeter in depth. And this side is probably slightly less than, yeah. but it does give a good rivet. We'll just bring that back again. Look, I've been spinning using these spinners for years. I've never had one let go, and most likely, if the rivet is just mushroomed over slightly, it'll never let go. It's just never going to happen. But, you know, if you've got to spin rivets for people and you're making up chains for people, the worst thing is that if the rivet is, we'll just have another look at it there. So if you look at that, it's pretty good, really. It's not too bad. I think they're probably some of the best. The thing that I like about this is they're slightly higher. Now, the reason that they're slightly higher is because the actual rivet is slightly longer itself. Look, that's a beautiful job. I'm really happy with that. So my advice to people out there, if you can get yourself... Now, I might get a few people that ask me, how did I actually get that hole in there or that hemispherical in there? Well, this is an unbreako key and it's got a fairly strong hardness on there, so you're not going to do it with a drill, so forget a drill. What I actually did was use a Dremel with a diamond tip on it, around... It was just like a bit of a round ball, about 3 millimeters in diameter, and diamond, so it was diamond coated. And I just used a little bit of spray water so that you don't wear the diamonds out as quick, and spray it every now and then, and just kept on dressing that up. So, yeah, you can make your own shape, but typically what I did was made that so that it just fitted over the existing rivet. Pretty happy with it. As you can see, the rivets came out quite good. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.